The number of incarcerated people grows each year, and so do the complex health and social service needs of ex-offenders. About 95% of those incarcerated will return to the community, and numerous studies have shown that appropriate services help ex-offenders maintain their health and stay out of jails and prisons. The goal of the Chicago Community Reentry Work Group is to develop, implement, and sustain a continuum of health and other services for people living with HIV who come out of correctional facilities in order to improve health and reduce recidivism. The Chicago Community Reentry Work Group, comprised of community-based organizations, faith-based organizations, and government agencies, is a unique collaborative effort. Member agencies provide medical care, discharge planning, substance abuse treatment, case management, and housing services, as well as assistance with obtaining identification. Getting identification is a key component of an ex-offender's ability to access services. Over the next few minutes, you'll hear from some of the providers who are part of this work group, as well as the stories of Billy and Yvonne. The issues they and others face are brought to life by Congressman Danny Davis, a longtime advocate who's provided great leadership on this issue.
Start stealing, start drinking. And after that, it was just, this is a cycle that never stopped. I went through it for 40 years.
Billy Hamilton, a life of addiction, homelessness, and crime. Yvonne Taylor Randall, a charmed life until a debilitating car accident.
I spent a year in a wheelchair, and during that same period, I got divorced, lost everything literally that I had.
For both Billy and Yvonne, addictions led to crime and jail. Billy and Yvonne are both HIV positive and ex-offenders. For them, the Chicago Community Reentry Project is critical to their recovery and redemption.
We're actually a national model for correctional facilities around the country. We're one of only a couple places in the entire country that even offer something like this.
The Chicago Community Reentry Project was first funded in 1999. The project was designed to address the complicated medical and social needs of ex-inmates with HIV.
If you target those individuals with HIV, you could possibly stop the spread on the outside, because these individuals are getting out.
The goal, continuity of medical care combined with wraparound social services.
It's not enough to just service people in prison and jail. We need to make sure that when they come out, they stay out and they get services in the community.
If you can't find a person a place to stay or job placement to take care of themselves, primary care services for their HIV is not a priority.
And what happened was, when people found out that they could get services from us when they re-entered back into society, that's how this program just took off.
We worked with the internal case managers and external case managers. There were 8 agencies that I worked with to assign them and see the detainee before their discharge, so that they would be aware of who's going to work with them and bring them to their first medical appointment.
Our project was very, very instrumental, being right there to pick the guy up or pick the lady up and say, hey, look, you don't have to go back to the neighborhood. We have somewhere for you to go.
They immediately can get case management by folks who genuinely care about them. They can immediately get into treatment. They can immediately get housing. There's not that opportunity for that bad bump to happen.
A critical component of the Reentry Project is the Ruth M. Rothstein Course Center on Chicago's near West Side. Ex-inmates receive services there for up to a year.
When you're HIV positive, whether you're male or female, with nowhere to live, no income, no identification, what do? And you especially cannot afford medication or a doctor. you come to us.
My clinic, which is a 1 half-day a week per clinic, is exclusively for ex-offenders. So the jail detainees who do not have a provider are given a referral to me.
CORE offers more than medical care. It offers services for mental health, substance abuse, and more.
Our goal is to get them mentally stable, medically stable, deal with chemical dependency issues, family issues, anger management.
If a patient has florid psychosis, what's the probability they're going to actually be able to stick to the way I prescribe the meds? It's pretty low. So we have to say, look, you know, we see other problems going on here. Let's address those.
A one-stop center for medical care and social services saves time and frustration for ex-inmates overwhelmed with challenges.
I was so overwhelmed by the fact that I'd ever been arrested. So overwhelmed by just all of these medical issues that I had. Those things, I don't know that anybody can understand how that was going to deprive me of my whole life. And it wasn't until I went to the CORE Center that I get very emotional about this, because it made all the difference.
Ex-offenders are not the only ones who benefit from the program. So do the taxpayers who support it.
They're getting out of jail sooner or later. So that means my HIV patient, when they leave the jail, is now you, the community, the taxpayers' problem. So if I can successfully intervene in the cycle of homelessness and everything else and get this person off the street and help to fix some of these problems, they're less likely to be dealing or doing drugs in your neighborhood. They're less likely to be prostituting themselves on your street.
And they're less likely to return to a correctional facility.
We see success all the time. When we can get a client out of the prison, when they be released from the prison and don't be left homeless on the street and get them into housing, that's success for us. If we can see a client start a training program and complete that program, that's success for us. So success is measured throughout the project.
And success is measured through the stories of people like Billy and Yvonne.
I needed something that big to make the difference. And it's brought me back to be able to contribute again.
It's like unreal. I come in my place at night and I just quiet, you know what I mean? I could lay down and like, whoa, it's, you know, and I thank God every day, you know, to have my own place, to have the things I got. I got a nice TV upstairs, a nice stereo, nice clothes. I'm like, every day I come in and look at that. I'm like, phew. You know, it's that quick too, because I'm saving my money. I got a bank account. You know, but I'm proud of myself that I'm doing what I'm doing. It's just a great program, you know. It's completely turned my life around. 40 years of addiction, criminal activity, you name it. You know, I was involved in it. I was lost for all them years. I didn't care about myself. I didn't care about my family. I didn't care about nothing. Today I do care.
Our thanks to Billy and Yvonne for sharing their stories, for showing what can happen when various agencies work together to tackle a difficult health issue and its many concurrent social issues.
So we have a lot of phenomenal partners. They're compassionate. They love what they do, because everyone just deserves a second chance. They do.
Our demonstrated success is due to improved coordination and availability of appropriate, responsive services for the varied health and social services needed to provide continuity of care upon release. The work group continues to look for opportunities to expand and improve the availability of reentry services for HIV-positive ex-offenders, their families, and their communities. Through this network of caring and committed providers, we are all assured that many people are touched and many lives are changed.